It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, February 13th, 2019, 7 a.m., and welcome to Down on the Corner program.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
It's a little chillier this morning.
Yeah, a bit colder this
It
morning.
was 24 when I left the house.
It's up to 27.
There's no whoop whoops. It's a nope.
It's a nope. Not
Mr.
a whoop,
Excitement
whoop,
over here.
but a nope.
Well, get him excited or fumble.
Yeah.
Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Down on the Corner. Dale Hoffman, your host. I'm with Scooter Callis and Bob Rechtenwald today. And later on, Lester White is going to be our guest, the legendary Lester White.
The legend.
Legendary Lester White. Hope
The
you're-
man, the myth, the legend.
There you go. Yeah. How many years he's been doing American Legion?
How old's dirt?
Huh?
How old's dirt?
Oh, 7 years ago at least. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Down on the Corner. Hope your Wednesday is off to a great start. Going to warm up today.
Is it?
Yeah, 60 degrees.
Starting out at 24, getting up to 60.
That's what it says. We're gonna get to
Only
that
in
here a minute.
Arkansas.
Yeah, only in Arkansas.
Don't
Anyway,
like the
hope
weather
you're-
or wait an hour. It'll change.
It'll change. What time's fall this year? 4 o'clock this afternoon. Oh, goodness. Wednesday already. Wow, hump day, they say, right?
Hump day.
Hump day, yeah.
Mike. You know what day it is, Mike? No. Okay. Let's move on.
Who's Mike?
Who knows? Anyway, I'm enjoying Brood Awakening coffee. He don't drink coffee, and he's on Sprite.
Could you imagine him on coffee?
Oh, man.
High octane coffee at that? It'd be terrible.
107 octane coffee right here. Brood Awakening coffee, best coffee in town. She heard in the introduction, 3 locations to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center, and 62 East Plaza. Out by Anytime Fitness, so be sure to check them out. And, of course, they're going to get busy on Balmer Boulevard at 7:02 in the morning. But anyway, check them out. Brood Awakening coffee, best coffee in town. Check out their cinnamon rolls, too. Scooter loves their cinnamon rolls. Well, I do, too. But,
Heck yeah, one of these days, Bob's going to have one.
well, if he needs to come down here when I got them. Were you down here the other day? Yeah, I think we had a spare. I don't know how you missed out on that.
It's because you put it on top of your laptop and hid it from me.
I don't have a laptop.
Well, whatever that mess of
That's
stuff
called
you
a
got.
trash can.
Oh, I didn't want to go there.
Maybe why. Anyway,
Dumpster dive at XL7 TV.
Hey, but it's a cinnamon roll.
it's a cinnamon roll's worth the dumpster dive. Check out Brood Awakening coffee. 3 locations to serve you. Best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Check them out. Mike and his gang do a great job. Brood Awakening coffee. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes, right here in Mountain Home. Be sure to talk with Brad or Charlotte or Bruce. Pre-planning is always available, whether it's somebody that, they're 104 years old, maybe time to start pre-planning. So
Doesn't hurt to go in and talk to him, sit
talk to
down,
him.
see what it's all entailed and what all needs to be covered, and kind
be
of get your ducks in a
surprised.
row.
you'll be surprised what what about that? Well, I never thought of that one, Anyway, check them out. Roller Funeral Homes right here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Very, very professional, very caring, very loving, helpful, and very professional. Check them out here in Mountain Home. And like I say, 29 Roller Funeral Homes in the state of Arkansas, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, in your holy scripture, 1 Peter 3:10 through 12, it says, "For whoever would love life and see good days must keep their tongue from evil and their lips from deceitful speech. They must turn from evil and do good, and must seek peace and pursue it. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil." Lord, let's just let that soak in a bit. Lord, if we can't follow those 2 verses of Scripture, we as a country are in trouble. Lord, it's time we took the time to study your holy words and abide by them. Lord, I pray you give us wisdom, and that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes, right here in Mountain Home and across the state of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. And now, the famous trumpet.
Da, da, da.
Ooh, that hurt.
The weather.
Brought to you by Old Time. We're so professional.
Oh boy.
He cringes over.
Hey, we had a little girl on here yesterday
did
that
good.
kicked my butt.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't take much.
No, it wouldn't.
Squeaky tennis shoes would do better. You got sneakers on, go get them wet and walk across the floor. Salmon.
Uh-huh.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday to 11 a.m. Best breakfast, best lunch in town.
Today we have got two. Let's see. No, I'm sorry, I'm off. Yesterday we had the twos. Today is breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah, come with hash browns on the side. Have you ever had one of her breakfast
Oh,
burritos?
yeah.
Have you? Oh, they are huge and good. They are packed full of goodness. And they are big. They're good burritos. She does a great job. And then for lunch, we got a choice between ham and beans or liver and onions. Both come with two sides. Roll of cornbread, $6.88. Can't beat it.
There you go. Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Best breakfast, best lunch in town. Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday to 11 a.m. They bring you morning weather each and every day.
When are you going to start bribing these youngsters that come in with a coupon?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I have been. I've got a whole stack right here. I write their name on it and hand it to them.
There you go.
Yeah,
You think if I told him I've never been down there, he'd give me one? No.
Oh, heck
No. No.
No.
We're trying to keep your kind out. What are you talking about?
That's why they make me sit at the front table by the grill, all right?
Well, if we can find a corner.
We always thought you had a date.
We're trying to
Fat
push
chance of
that
that.
table around that corner,
Yeah.
behind the grill, and then it'll be all right.
When you go get some outside dining out there.
It was brought up. I'll say that. I don't know what's going to happen, but the idea has been brought up.
It'd be
Where?
nice in the spring and early summer.
Where are
sit
you going to
outside.
put them?
But no, but I'll let you know as we get things figured out.
It's a secret. Don't tell
You won't have
anybody.
to worry about me using it.
You want to eat outside?
Heck no.
Why not?
I'm not into sharing.
Oh, prima donna over here.
Morning weather is brought by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Today, we start the day at 27 degrees in Mountain Home. It's already 36 at Harrison, 32 at Hardy, 27 at Mountain View, 26 at Yellow, 27 at Marshall, Calico Rock at 27 around the region. St. Louis checks in at 29, while Poplar Bluffs at 31, 32 at Branson, 27 in West Plains. And in contrast, it's a whopping minus 11 in Watford City, North Dakota.
Oof.
I think it warmed up to minus 5 yesterday up there. I talked to Caleb last night. He says, when it snows in Mountain Home, it's like, wow, look at this up there. It's just like white dirt. They just take it in stride and move on,
It stays white.
It's just how it is. On the national radar, most of the Midwest part of the country is clear from the Dakotas to Texas, Louisiana to Minnesota, Wisconsin to Mississippi and Alabama. Shower activity in California, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, a little bit going into Wyoming, Montana, and of course the state of Washington. Then we got shower activity from the parts of I don't know if it's the UP. Yeah, I guess a little bit up there in the UP. The upper peninsula of Michigan comes around Lake Michigan and maybe a little bit into northern Indiana, moves over into Pennsylvania, New York, and the New England area. Then we have showers in Florida and off the coast of the Carolinas and part of the coast of Georgia there. Anyway, nothing right now in Arkansas or Missouri. We'll check the highways in Arkansas. Ready for that?
Yep.
Little Rock. Well, I'm picking up a little bit here on I-40. I don't know if they've got the intensity just cranked up, but overall I think it's pretty clear across the state. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 in Arkansas, along with interstate, listen to me, with Highway 62, 412 east-west, looks good, 65 north-south. Highway 67, 167 from Little Rock, Batesville, Poplar Bluff in good shape. Highway 63 out of Jonesboro to West Plains. And we'll take a look at the state of Missouri. We'll hit the St. Louis stop first. I-70, Columbia, St. Louis on over to Vandalia and Effingham, Illinois in good shape. I-64 from East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon. Looks good there. I-44, Rolla, St. Louis in good shape. Interstate 55, Sykeston, Cape Girardeau. Looking good there. You see I-24 coming in there between Cape and Carbondale, Illinois, junction with I-57. No problems there. Southwest Missouri. Even pick up a little bit in Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield. Got some ground clutter there. It looks like I-44, Joplin to Lebanon in good shape. I-70, Kansas City to Columbia. Looking good there. On the national forecast map, nothing really for Arkansas, Missouri, other than we still have some flooding issues in south central Missouri, just across the Arkansas state line. So that's going to affect like the Norfolk River, the Bryant River, perhaps the 11 Point. Let's see, it'd be Jack's Fork, Current, and possibly Black Rivers in Missouri that'll feed down. Of course, the Current feeds into Black River at Pocahontas, and that's why we've got a little bit here in Arkansas, the light green. Other than that, there's no winter weather advisories right now, no storm warnings, anything like that. Wait till the weekend, though. 7-day forecast today is a high of 60 degrees, sunshiny skies tonight, 42 degrees for a low. That's not bad. Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 62. Thursday night drops to 32 degrees. Then on Friday, we start off with a 20% chance of showers. That increases to a 60% chance of Friday night with a high of 41. And Friday night, 50% chance of showers with a low of 27 degrees. Saturday, partly sunny, then chance of rain. It goes into a 30% chance on Saturday afternoon to Saturday night. 41 the high there. Saturday night, low of 30. 20% chance of showers. Sunday, 42 degrees with sunshiny skies. How's that?
There you go.
All right.
And they've moved to snow to Tuesday.
Yep, I think so.
The following week.
Tuesday, chance of rain, snow and freezing rain, cloudy with a high near 39. Chance of precip is 50%. So they're wishy-washy. It could go either way. Yeah.
Never know.
Never know.
Get to a degree or two, and it really changes everything. I was going to see what they were calling for on this long-term thing again.
Where are you doing that? I'll talk about the drought monitor, which, there's no no situation of a drought after what went through. When you got green spots on the map showing flooding, there's no real drought. Arkansas, Missouri in good shape. We'll check iDrive Arkansas. I'll probably need to refresh that and see if they've changed any of the high water spots.
Yeah, Tuesday's about the only day they're showing now.
Yeah.
So.
Right here on iDrive Arkansas, I'm going to hit the route conditions so we'll know. And then highways are passable, but where you see the little blue circle X, there's an issue with some water. So let's go to Perry County Highway 300. Travel directions for about a third of a mile. High water, both lanes are closed. We go up here to Hardy, and they've had some issues on Highway 175. Both lanes closed there. And let's see the distance, just a short distance right there, just not even a tenth of a mile. North of Pocahontas, this is Highway 166, high water there. So go to iDrive Arkansas if you're going from here towards Hardy to Pocahontas, Walnut Ridge, or down towards Jonesboro, Walnut Ridge, or Newport. You need to check this map before you travel. In Missouri, we'll bring up Missouri Department of Transportation, MoDOT as they call it. Northern Missouri, around north of St. Joseph, they have mostly clear roads there. North Central, around Kirksville to Lancaster, over to Cahokia, they have mostly clear highways there. St. Louis, Springfield, Kansas City, Poplar Bluff, all in pretty good shape right there. What do you think?
There you go.
There you go. Morning weather is brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Best lunch, best breakfast in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday morning till 11 a.m. I got a lunch meeting down there at noon today, so.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right. Give Amanda a hard time. Tell him Bob sent you.
Might do that. Just might do that. So, community calendar is brought to you by Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. Guys, what's going on? Bob, got anything? Know any activities going on, sports-wise, community-wise?
Thursday, the high school's going to have their final home meet. They were able to set up a home meet for Thursday. Yeah, the Bomber Wrestling
Lester,
team.
get you some coffee there. There you go. Help yourself.
They will be having their home meet against Mountain View, and this will be their senior night. So we encourage people to come out, support the Bombers, watch some interesting wrestling, and support the seniors that are doing their senior night. Should be a good meet.
Mountain Home High School French Club's having a chili supper on Friday, February 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m. at Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. Come and enjoy chili, dessert, bottle of water. And this is for their summer trip to Quebec in 2020. It's going to be a lot of fun for the kids to go up to Montreal, Quebec. And another fundraiser, this is for the Mountain Home Christian Academy, Monday, March 4th from 5:30 to 7:30. This is going to be a drop-in. Takes place at Mountain Home Bible Church at 145 Pioneer Trail. Donations are welcome. Bring some decent cash. Stick a crowbar in your wallet and give the kids money. Don't just leave a quarter. They need to raise some money because the fundraiser enables the Mountain Home Christian Academy Junior High to travel to Kentucky to the Ark Encounter. This trip will reinforce the knowledge that science may change, but God's Word remains the truth. Mountain Home Christian Academy is located just off the bypass across from Mountain Home Baptist Church, 424-6622. For more information, spaghetti dinner fundraiser, Monday, March 4th. It's a drop-in. Come get a plate of spaghetti. Leave your $50, your $100 bills, or the briefcase full of cash right there.
Or in Dale's case, 2 shiny quarters.
I tip better than that.
Okay,
All right.
3.
You left out the dime. All right, coming up, the legendary Lester White right after the break. Stick around. Be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Bacco Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Bacco Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever?
$7.19, the legendary Lester White. Welcome. How you doing, Coach?
It's Monday morning sports on a Wednesday.
There you go. I'll take it.
How's everybody doing?
Well, we're just doing.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, we're just, you know, they say if you're real doing, you keep you from resting.
Yeah.
So, hey, you contacted me the other day about talking about the fundraiser for the American Legion baseball team, Slapping Leather. It's a Texas Hold'em tournament.
Yes.
Before we get into that, let's talk about the rest of your stuff. You guys do a Christmas tree sale every year.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that work out pretty good for you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Becky. She kind of Becky Robbins. She's kind of our Christmas tree chairman, and she does an excellent job. She loves to do that, and she got people calling her, and they come pick a tree up, and it's a fresh tree. And matter of fact, we get them they cut them on like a Monday and Tuesday, and we pick them up on Wednesday.
Oh, they're really fresh.
And they're we used to do with the broker out of Michigan, and the ladies started bringing them back. So I investigated that deal, and what they do, they cut them in October or so, and then they go into the shop and they grade them, and then they put them on the truck, and then they go south.
Oh my!
So by the time the ladies, the needles start falling off, 'cause ain't had no water. But these trees, the ones that we get, you put them in water and they'll stay fresh plumb up into January.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
So it's something to raise money for the boys, and they help us put them out and put the racks up, and so the ones that want a fresh tree can have one.
Good.
And we sell out every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw online, I think he sold out.
Yeah. Very
around
quick
the
this
15th,
year.
Maybe not even past the 15th of December.
Yeah, and I tried to get more, and said, no, we're out.
Wow.
Kind of limit that.
Yeah.
So when will the Legion start doing field maintenance?
We will start May 19th is our tryouts on Saturday and Sunday, and then actually the following Saturday, the 25th, we do our big rib cook-off. We usually cook 200 or more rack of ribs to sell, and then our younger boys, the McLeod boys, our 1A team will have an inter-squad game, and then we have our big cake and pie auction that we've had for 40 years, and it's a big fundraiser for us. And then the locker room team, my team, will play our former alumni guys. So it's a big day for us.
Yeah. And that'll be around Memorial Day?
Yeah, Memorial Weekend. Memorial will be on Monday, and then actually we'll get a day off, and then our schedule of playing will start on Monday.
And then it'll run through, depending on how the success goes?
Yeah, depending on how far we go. And if all the boys come back from last year that are eligible to come back this year, I only lose 2 starters.
Wow.
So I guess it'll depend on me to get them back there, huh?
I guess you'll have to put your recruiting hat on.
But anyway, we look forward to having a great year, and I got a good and tough schedule setting up. We play like 6 tournaments, so we'll get them ready to play tournament, district, state, regional, and whatever before we can go.
When do you start putting the schedule together?
I got it 99% done right now. I start. Actually, we had our meeting in Little Rock the 19th of January, our state coaching meeting, and then I got a lot of it done there, and then I got the rest of it done on the phone.
Speaking of that meeting in Little Rock, Scooter,
The American Legion Baseball Department of Arkansas
let him throw that up there.
Looky there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read that.
Huh?
Go ahead and read that.
The American Legion Baseball Department of Arkansas Meritorious Award presented to Lester White in deep appreciation of your service to the American Legion Department of Arkansas Baseball Program. Your dedication and support of the American Legion Baseball is to be commended. This is an honor to place your name into the Department of Arkansas Meritorious Award Hall of Fame. Your many years of coaching and service as state chairman should be a source of great pride to you and recognized as a great accomplishment by your peers and contemporaries alike. Department Chairman, what's that, R.D. King? What would that?
What's his name? Do you know?
Not really, no.
Looks like King or Kingery or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep, Department Chair.
So now when we introduce Lester White, it has to change. It has to become
Yeah, no, not really.
the man, the myth, the legend, Lester White.
Yeah. No, it was really
That's quite an
cool
honor.
and a neat deal to receive that, and but it was kind of surprising. Like probably 3 or 4 weeks before that, I'd got a phone call and they were asking me questions: how many wins and how many years, and
How many years?
35.
I started to say it was something between 30 and 35
Yeah.
years. Yeah. That goes back to what, 1984?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
1984. And of course, in 2015, was my pitching coach, Jim Fedoli, he passed away, and he'd been with me like for 31 or 2 years. And then that was in February. And then in July, the sponsor that I'd worked with for 30 some years, Mickey, he passed away. So
That's
it's kind
sad.
of
That
and
was-
then
yeah.
we went to Mickey's service at noon that day, and then we played in the state tournament that night.
Oh my goodness.
So, but yeah,
That was
so
sad.
it was.
That was sad.
It was not good. But
Was there a
we-
program here prior to when you took over?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Who ran it then? Do you remember?
Actually, I played on the first team here in 1963.
Oh my.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What position?
I play outfield. Dick House, him and Galen Pitts.
Yep.
Dick House, they played on the team. Dwayne Davison. It was it was a good bunch. And those three guys, they got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not drafted, but they were signed at that time. By Freddie Hahn, who was Cardinals, and then Dwayne, he had signed with the Yankees.
Yeah.
But we were all expecting. In '64 now, we got all these guys back. We have a shot at, because we were like the runner-up that year, '63. And so we figured, well, we might have a real good shot at winning that next year in '64. But Dick and Galen signed, and so
Yeah, Dick was on that '64 championship team. St. Louis beat the Yankees in '64.
yeah. So anyway, they signed that year, and then they went to Florida after high school. They signed out of high school, yeah. So
Wow.
anyway, we're a little bit short-handed, but
That takes their eligibility away for playing.
yeah, they went directly to Florida to
That'd be the sub league before 1A.
the rookie league or
Rookie
wherever
league,
they
yeah,
put
back
them.
then
I'm not
called
real
the
sure.
thing,
Yeah,
Bush League, something like that.
yeah.
I got a question before we take a break.
Okay.
You talking about when you lost your pitching coach, when you got a young man comes up, and can you see the talent in being a pitcher? I couldn't be a pitcher at all, but I caught, and I loved being a catcher.
Yes.
But when you bring in a pitcher, how do you develop that talent? How do you get that skill? Because that's a skill.
I think the first thing he's got to want to, okay? And the second thing is that Jim had this unbelievable talent that he could take a young man that could not, he'd have trouble throwing a slider, he'd have trouble throwing a changeup, and within 30 minutes of working with him, he'd have him doing it. And it's just, I think the arm strength and the fundamentals of the boys are coming up through their baseball, through Little League, through Babe Ruth, through high school, and they just developed the talent. Yeah. So
if you were going to teach your favorite pitch, would it be the fastball, the slider, the curve, the breaking ball? What would you throw?
I like the fastball.
Fastball, yeah.
Yeah. Throw it. Baseball's got four seams on it. That means you throw a four-seamer, or you throw the two-seamer, which is a cutter, and then you want your catchers, infielders, outfielders all throw the four-seam because it don't take off on you.
Right.
Yeah. If you threw a
Reduces the English on
two-seamer
it.
to first to the catcher throwing the second base, the ball's gonna take off on you.
What about the knuckleball? The Negro boys, remember Phil Negro?
Oh, yeah.
What was the other Phil? And
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the unbelievable talent of doing that. Yeah, it's I guess it's just come from practice of throwing it, and learning to have somebody to teach you, and
To see somebody swinging a knuckleball, they'll swing
I don't
4
know.
times.
I know it's hard to hit.
Scooter, it's all Greek to me. How about you?
I'm not understanding a word.
Maybe an arm bar or a half Nelson, or
I'm right there.
We can talk about that stuff. These knuckleballs and four seamer. Yeah, the only thing four seamers I see is my sheets. Don't understand it. But hey, it's all right. Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk about this fundraiser.
Sounds good.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
And we're back with the legendary Lester White. We got Slappin' Leather American Legion
let's get
Baseball
this right.
fundraiser.
The man.
The man. The legend.
Yeah, right.
The myth. The legend. Lester White. Slappin' Leather American Legion Baseball fundraiser Texas Hold'em tournament to be held this Saturday, February the 16th at the Elks Lodge. If you don't know where the Elks Lodge is, it's the building that adjoins the Twin Lakes Golf Course. Tell us about this tournament.
Well, we've had it, this will be our 19th year we've had this. This is one of our big fundraisers, and of course we give away some great prizes, and we got guys that are coming in to play and raise a little money for our baseball team and give away some great prizes. And White River Smoke is going to cook some food this year that we haven't had, which will be the smoked turkey breast and trimmings for lunch. And we give away some good prizes, a $2,000 gift card, Visa gift card for first place for the champion, and go on down the hill to 8th place at $200, you know. And then I got probably 4 or 5 tables that have registered with 8 players, and they, of course they get a little bonus of $600 for a full table of 8 players.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many tables will you have?
I hope to have it full, but last year we had 84 players.
Wow.
So, no, that's if we can get a number like that again, why, it'd be great. And a thing is, the weather looks like it's really going to cooperate for us and run them in, so to go inside.
Good deal. And they'll start this at what time?
Actually, you can come and start registering. The girls will set up at 11 o'clock, and then most of them will start coming in at noon, and we get them all registered, and then we'll draw for their table and their seat. Have table captains that knows the game, and they will, if we got someone that comes in that wants to play, they'll help them and get them started and go from there. There's big blind, little blinds and stuff that you have to go by.
And you have your own dealers?
We will at the final table.
At the final
and
table.
Then the other guy, if someone can't deal, then the table captain will deal for them, or the next guy back, or whatever it needs to be done. Yeah, and we got some retirees that have a little trouble dealing, so we deal for them. Yeah.
Do you have very many people just show up and watch this?
Not really. Most of them play.
They're players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We have some that do. Yeah.
How long will it last?
We'll get the bell ring at 1 o'clock when we'll start, And then by 7 o'clock, probably 6 hours or so with that many players, it'll be pretty close to being over. Because what elevates the game is that the blinds start 1 and 2, then 20 minutes go to 2-4, and then 3-6, 4-8, 5-10, and then it goes up.
Scooter, this show has been nothing but foreign language since it started.
So you guys come and
you're gonna do this to me again. I need an interpreter.
So what do you think, Bob? 4-6, 2-10?
There's no knuckleball in Texas Hold'em.
What are you leaning towards?
And, just bring some money and come, and we'll help you get started, and it'll be just like
we'll be glad to take your money. That'd be the way it is for me. I sit down at the table and I just hand over the money and get up and leave because I don't know if it's 7 or 4 or 7. You know,
they'll be talking over there 5-10, and Dale or Bob's over there 5.5, whatever it takes. There you go.
The fundamentals of Texas Hold'em. Yes.
Which has nothing to do with baseball except for the money. I'm telling you that right now.
It's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that's got baseball about it is the name.
Yeah.
American Legion Baseball Fundraiser.
Yeah.
And for a guy like me who has no clue what's going on, there'd be no fun in it. And it'd just be hand over the jack and be done with it.
So I come up with this slapping leather here, kind of like in baseball, slapping that glove, But it originated back when I was probably maybe 14, 15 year old, okay? My granddad took me to buy a couple cows. I wanted some cows, so I had a little money, and he helped me out a little bit. And we made the deal with the farmer, and then he said, shook hands, and he said, son, all you left got to do is start slapping leather. And I said, sir, I don't know what that means. And he said, that means you start digging in that billfold and pulling them $100 bills out there.
There you go.
See, now I understand that.
Yeah, you're running cattle, aren't you?
That part I can understand that. Yeah.
Hey, Bob, just bring your wallet and show up.
Well, the fortunate thing for me, I'm out of town this weekend.
Well, you guys come and help me then. I'll put you to work.
No, I'm out of town this weekend. That's the only fortunate thing about this is I'm gone on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to make a trip to
No,
Northwest
y'all are
Arkansas.
welcome to come and eat dinner and watch.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Let me do that. That'd be fun.
Come for a
That's cool.
little while, yeah.
And the Elks Lodge, you go out there and order off that menu. It's good out there.
Yeah.
That Elks Lodge
Yeah,
is
they have
good.
excellent food. Yeah.
A couple of years ago, you had Brooks Robinson come in.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he was a Hall of Fame in like 83, yeah. 1983.
Really? 83?
Yeah. And, he...
So when did he retire? That
and,
means if he was inducted in 83, that puts him, retiring in, 78 or 79? Because, 4 years before you inducted?
Yeah, 5 years, I think.
5 years, yeah.
But a lot of people know or don't know, but Dr. Robert Nassari and Brooks played on the Little Rock Doughboys together.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. He can tell you some awful good stories. Good stories. You just have to sit down with him.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
What is the furthest one of your American Legion players has gone in baseball after?
Let's see. I guess it would probably be Darren McMains. He went to, I think he went like to AA ball with the Giants. Maybe AAA, I'm not sure.
Is he still involved in it? Baseball
Actually,
now?
he was with the Giants for a long time, and then he went as the director for the psychology part at Notre Dame for a year or two, and then he is back with the Seattle Mariners now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still involved
So
in
they're,
baseball.
I think their camp opened today.
Really?
Yeah.
Seattle Mariners has a 2A club at Jackson, Tennessee.
And
Passed by it on I-40.
right.
Big old sign, Seattle Mariners, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Tom Chinkowski, he was with the Houston Astros, and then Brandon Love, Viola, he got drafted by the Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
No, where's Brandon now? Is he still in baseball?
No.
No.
No. Yeah.
Now, did Trey Killian played Legion ball?
Actually, he played 1 year on the younger bunch when it came up. Yeah, 1 year, and then he got drafted by the Colorado Rockies.
But he's out of baseball now too.
Right.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we had some arm surgery, and so hopefully, maybe he can get back.
I didn't know he had the surgery.
Yeah.
Trey did?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah. So how far did you go with Colorado organization? Were you just in Bush League? Like 1A,
he was
2A?
the high A ball in California. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I went out 2 years in a row and watched them in Scottsdale.
Really?
Yeah, it's really nice out there.
Really?
But yeah, and you can go. I think there's 13 teams there, and you can drive around in a big circle and see them all around Phoenix, Arizona, Mesa, and Peoria, and all the baseball.
Wow.
I went to game during the day, and then at night, I went and watched another game. So you can get a lot of baseball out there in spring training, and I seen the Angels play, and I think every one of them, their starters played, but the one I wanted to see is Albert Pujols.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play. He didn't make the trip.
I've watched him. In fact, I saw him at 3A ball in Memphis 1 year, and of course seen him in St. Louis several times.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to mention about your tournament?
No, we just want to everybody to come out and help us out, and if you got any questions or while, you can call me, and I'll try to answer them for you, or I'll get somebody that can, and fill up the house. Make it a full house.
When will you start pre-selling your ribs?
Probably in May. Yeah.
About the middle of May?
About the middle of May, yeah. Yeah, Becky will get her flyers made up, and then we'll start getting them sold. And matter of fact, it'll start that day of the tryouts, and then we'll have. Yeah.
Well, we'll get you to come back on, and
sure,
we'll talk about that.
All right.
Yep. It's always good to have you, Lester. Always good, and congratulations on the award.
Yeah,
from the American Legion State.
That's
great. Yeah.
Kind of unexpected, but it was a real cool deal to get it, and after it means as you go along, it means a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just takes a little while for it all to soak in and get rewarded for it. So, but yeah, glad to get it and get it over with.
Hey, we want to mention one more time that we've got the senior night wrestling Thursday night at the hangar. Start at 6 o'clock. We've got two seniors
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Valentine's Day. What a way to spend your Valentine's Day! Bring your sweetheart to a wrestling match.
Yeah, go to a wrestling match and go out to dinner. What more could you ask for?
There you go.
Man? Cheap entertainment.
The Lady Bombers last night were successful over Marion, 52-45, which puts them in pretty good shape in the standings for the. There is no conference tournament this year to go straight to state, as long as they can keep up the wins.
Flippin' did pretty good too
down
that
way. Flippin' has made it to their finals. Yellville boys made it to their finals last night. Trying to find out where the finals are. I may have been wrong when I told you that, but I can't find anything that says where their finals are going to be. I suspect that the finals for the district tournament will be at Yellville because that's where the prelims have been. But it may move. But we want to say congratulations to all three of those teams on their wins. Yep. And we'll turn it over to Dale. I know he's got something to come up after this. And
I want to thank Lester White, and his service to American Legion Baseball, and wish you more success this year.
Hey, who's your board this year?
Our board, Chris Robinson's our president. Van Allen, Becky Robbins, Bobby McCormick, Frank Kay, Jason Wingate, and Donna Kelso.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We want to thank all those folks for all the time that they put in also, and Miss Becky for
Becky Robbins is on it too.
And hanging out from behind, and she keeps you straight.
She keeps us lined out.
There you go. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for being here, Lester.
Thank you guys for having me, and appreciate it very much.
And I'll give it to you, Dale.
All right, coming up after the break, Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin from Little Rock by iPhone. Be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step back. And thanks to Lester Wright, Bob Rectenwald for coming in today. And Scooter's work, we're going to get this going, aren't we? All right. Last Wednesday we had this is part of what XL7 can do through the iPhone and our programming here. So Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin by iPhone. And we are back, and we want to welcome by iPhone our Lieutenant Governor, the Honorable Tim Griffin. And Mr. Lieutenant Governor, can you hear us okay? Did we get our audio lock?
Yep.
Excellent.
Excellent.
You know, I haven't done with you, but this is working out great.
Yeah, really good. We worked on it yesterday with David Ray, and everything's really good. So how you been?
I'll tell you what, yeah. And Ben Gilmore, maybe you work with Ben as well.
Ben,
I don't know.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Let's have a good time.
You bet. Let's talk a little bit about school choice.
Great.
So give me your thoughts. I'm not up to date on school choice. I know we have the law, but where are we at? And there's been some discussion on this.
Yeah. So I had an op-ed in the Democrat Gazette this Sunday. And, you know, school choice means different things to different people. Right now we have public school choice, where as a general rule, you can decide to go to different public schools, whether you technically live in that district or not. Other states, and that's a form of choice, which is a good thing. School choice is also about having charter schools to go to, having traditional public schools, homeschooling, private schools, parochial schools. My view is that the more options parents have for their kids, and I'm a father of 3 young kids. One of them's 1 year old, so really young. The more they have for their kids, the education the kids will get. Why? Because government does not know best how someone's child should be educated. Parents should be able to love educational options and choose. And that's like common sense. We have limits on how much choice a parent has in this area. And I simply believe parents know best how to educate their children much better than the government. So let me give you some examples. So, well, let me tell you what other states have done is they have basically said, look, if your kid is in, and they're not getting the education that they need to be getting, that's failing, or maybe that individual student has some needs. In a lot of other states, the state allows that parent to put the student, their child, whatever school is necessary to get them the best education. It could be a public school.
So the parents should have the final say?
Parents should have the final say in general principle. What if I told you, Dale, that let's say that you drove to Little Rock for our convention or something, and you wanted to go to a Walmart here. Maybe it was a new Walmart. Maybe there's one that was built in the county beside you that was a super Walmart, and your Walmart wasn't as big and had as many options as Walmart. And what if you tried to go to that neighboring county or Little Rock or wherever and tried to go in? They said, no, you come up here. And you said, why? And they said, well, you've got to go to the Walmart in your district where you live. That's crazy. What if you could only go to a university?
Yeah.
That was where you live. Well, that's the rule we often have. We don't give people as many options. So we need to look at that. I believe it'll make for competition. Absolutely. Competition makes schools better. And I has one daughter in private school. She went to public 7 years. She's in school now. That's the best place for her. I've got a son who's in public, and he's been in there since pre-K, I guess, third grade. And I graduated from a public school. My wife graduated from a public high school. So it's about doing this for the individual child. So that's basically, details into, but that's and progress. But we got a long.
So what's there's been some talk back and forth that some of the school superintendents don't like it. There's been some representatives that are not supporting some of the stuff that's come out with school choice. What's the friction here?
Well, I think that competition's a part of when people leave a school, they take that money with them. But if a school never feels competition, then they won't be as good. And public schools can compete. Look, my son could be in a private school, but I've got him in public school. Why? Because that's the best school for him. It's a great school. He loves it, his needs. So, and also the thing, this is a new frontier. That's the unease over it. For you, look, public school choice is a new frontier. The idea that you can choose a public school outside your school district has always been that way. There was some about that. In fact, some schools, public schools, have sought to stop public school choice by trying to claim that there's still old order the 1970s. There's been some back and forth on that because the neighboring school with the student. My view is to compete, and I think it makes it better for everybody. The more, because ultimately it's not an administrator's job or anybody else's job. It's about what is best for the kid.
Yeah. If you're driving through town and you see 4 restaurants and there's 50 cars in front of one and 1 car in front of the other, who's got the best food?
Right. Yeah. Well, exactly. I'm parents not, should not be willing to, and they're not, sacrifice their child in the hopes that down the road a school might get their act together. That's what the other side says. They said, well, if you take your kid out, best education, school X will be hurt. And my point is, my obligation to my child before God is my child, not a kid not yet born to other parents 20 years ago. And let me tell you this, we've got particularly area of the state who for decades have said they're going to get better. How many more generations of kids are we going to allow to go to these before we give them relief? The bottom line is we should look at all and simply best for this child. Not what is best for the brick and mortar, not what is for the administrators, not what is for the bureaucracy, not what is for the whatever. What's best for the child? Now, we already have wide open school choice today. Wide open choice scholarship. Okay? Now, what this is all, I think,
yeah, you're correct.
This is just for kids with disabilities. That is, we limit the money, and there's been some obstacles. But basically, that says, look, if your kid's at a school, they have dyslexia or whatever, and they get the education, the state will pay to put them somewhere else. That's what we're talking about.
Let's talk real quick. We're running short on time, and I want to make sure we stay within our allotted 10 minutes. The session, what about the tax cut? I think I saw where that went down. Was that in the Senate or the House? What was that?
That was in the Senate. Look, I'm tax relief, always for tax relief. I think that, I think it'll ultimately pass. Some there's some shares that have some different wants and concerns. Some of them want it to be, some of them may want it to be smaller. Some may want it to be tied to transportation, different needs. But I think it'll ultimately get worked out. Look, the broad principle for me is state government in Arkansas taxes too much and spends too much. Period. Full stop. Period. Taxes and spends too much.
Cut the spending and then
we need to be working on. We need to be working on the amount that we spend. It was the Senate. We heard a senator. Yesterday that if government you're reducing the standard of living of Arkansans, that kind of thinking is what's gotten us in this box in the first place. The private sector grows jobs. That's where innovation and prosperity primarily originates. We need to do things to be more competitive. And so I think it'll get through ultimately.
Well, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, we've taken the 10 minutes that we were granted. I don't want to take advantage of that. Final thoughts real quick?
Hey, look forward to getting up and seeing you again. I hope you all are doing well. Love that beautiful part of the state. And if you get down here to the Capitol, let's do some more stuff. And I'd love to come on. You will let me.
I'll come down to see you before the session's out. How's that?
It's me to stay still more than 10 seconds. 10 minutes. So you must. And I want to say a happy anniversary.
Thank you for your time today, Mr. Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffith, State of Arkansas. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tim. Time to say, have a happy day, everybody. Got anything, Scooter, real quick? What we got, 30 seconds?
Nope, I'm good.
All right.
We're pretty much ending the show.
All right. Hope you all have a great day. Be back tomorrow.
Be at the Bomber Hangar Thursday for the wrestling meet, the high school Bombers.
At what time?
It'll be at 6 o'clock.
Sounds good. See y'all tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.